And you say that Minister Cele had arranged for you to meet him.
Yes.
And you say this was the result of my interaction with Minister Cele regarding issues with my SEP's contract.
Yes.
So this again takes us back to this contract issue.
Yes.
And you then say Minister Cele advised you that he knew Lieutenant, the spelling, is it Nkhoa? N-K-H-U-O-A.
Nkhoa, yes.
Nkhoa,
yes.
Okay, excuse my pronunciation. And then you say, but the person who was very close to her was Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi. And then you say, before we proceeded to the meeting, I contacted General Sinona, who is the head of the Hawks at KZN, as you were not comfortable to meet General Mkhwanazi alone.
Yes.
So can you just elaborate on this? And did you meet, and what was the purpose of the meeting, and what happened at the meeting?
Okay. I'll go back a little bit so that we can understand how did I get to end up meeting Mr. Mkhwanazi. When I was with Mr. Cele, and then because he kept on asking me for money, and then I told him that, listen, SAPS is not paying me in time, and then also I don't even get enough purchase orders, so I'm not making a lot of money, though the contract is there, but I'm not making that money that you guys assume that I'm making. And then I told him that the person who's in charge of this contract, I think I'll say the custodian of this contract, is Lieutenant General Nkhoa. And then he said, yes, I know about your problem, but I think the best person that you need to talk to is General Mkhwanazi, because he's more closer than General Nkhoa than I am. So that's when then he arranged that meeting. So when I met with General Mkhwanazi, he said to me, yes, I hear about your problem that you're having, so that that they don't give you guys enough work. They just send work in send drips so that they don't breach their contract. But actually, if it was according to them, they wouldn't send any purchase orders at all. They just send small purchase orders so that they can just keep you entertained. So, but they're saying actually what they want to do is cancel this contract. So, and he said to me, they actually met. He said there was a police summit in somewhere in Emperor's Palace, and he's saying during that summit, after the summit, I think he said to me, General Nkhoa asked National Commissioner Fani Masemola that when are they actually cancelling my contract, and Fani Masemola said that this is what I heard from General Mkhwanazi. Fani Masemola said that, listen, I spoke with the minister. Remember last year, December, he gave a directive that we must cancel this contract. But now I asked him that I cannot continue. And then it looks like he is backing down now. So National Commissioner Masemola, according to Mkhwanazi, he said, I suspect that this Mchunu is working with Sibiya now, and then he no longer want to cancel the contract because I suspect that they will send this guy, meaning me, to come and kill me, and then they must put General Sibiya as the National Commissioner. And Mkhwanazi said to me that, I said to National Commissioner that, Commissioner, if you think that your life is in danger, just say the word. I will take care of this cat. Then I asked him, what did you mean when you say that he must just say a word and then you will take care of me? And he told me that there is only one way that I can take care of you permanently. But he didn't say it in like kill you, but he just said to me that there is only one way that I can take care of you permanently. And I said, but what was the reason for that? Because he's told me that they suspect that why will suddenly the minister decide not to cancel the contract anymore? But before that, he was the one actually who said we must cancel this contract. So he said to me, he told Fadima Semula that he will call the commander of special force and then they must give him a armored car from now on, because his life is in danger. And he was saying all these things to show me that General Nkua was pushing for this contract to be cancelled. And then he said to me, Faila, that she's doing this because she was working with the previous service provider. And then they were giving her a lot of money. That's why she could afford to buy properties and convert them into B&Bs. And he even gave me one address of her properties, which I wrote it down later. And then when I came back to Pretoria, I went there actually to check the property, and then I even took a street number and pictures of that property that he said is one of the properties that she owns, and there's no way that she can afford such properties with a salary from SAPS. So now, if you want her to come and work with you, are you going to offer her the same incentives that Metropolitan was offering her? Then I knew that I was in deep trouble than I thought I was. Because of now, he was saying, there is no way a woman like a general like her that she will just dump people who were offering so much money and come work with you. It's either when I tell her that she must come work with you, then you will continue doing what these people they were doing to her. And then, but he said, there's conditions though. I also want you to do something for me. And I asked him, what is it? He said, there is a case opened against him from IPID, in IPID. So he said there's a guy that they tortured, and the guy that they tortured opened a case against them, and then I must convince, because the guy stays, I also have a house in Midstream. So he said, because you stay in Midstream, I'll tell you the name of the guy and check if you know the guy. And I said, tell me, and then Midstream is not that big. Maybe I might know the guy. And he told me the name of the guy, and I told him, actually, this guy, his son goes to the same school as my son. So, but what I will do is, I will ask my wife to ask his wife if he can facilitate a meeting for me to meet the guy so that I can convince him. And he said, I must tell the guy that, listen, he must drop the charges against him, and also he must add that the people who actually compelled him to lay charges against him is Minister Mchunu and General Sibiya. However, I couldn't get the guy and convince him to do what he wanted to do. And I thought maybe that was one of the reasons also that maybe I got arrested, because I didn't deliver what I promised him. So that was the purpose of my meeting with him there in the Pels.
Are you sure that you didn't meet General Mkhwanazi because you, in exchange for assistance to get the purchase orders placed with you, pursuant to the contract, that you were prepared to offer him information on Sibiya?
I don't follow your question.
I said, are you sure that the purpose of this meeting with General Mkhwanazi was not that he would have been prepared to speak to the head of HR to place orders on the contract which was then awarded to you? Hadn't been cancelled yet. But it would be in exchange for information about Sibiya.
So if I get this right, you're saying the purpose of my meeting was for me to give General Mkhwanazi information about Sibiya?
Yes, I'm asking you if that was not the purpose of the meeting.
Then he's the one who arranged the meeting. Then how did he know that I want to give him information about Sibiya? Because he's the one who arranged the meeting, not the other way around.
So what are you saying, that did he request the meeting?
No, I'm saying Bekicela arranged the meeting with him, and then he said it, and then he accepted, and then he said to me, he needs help about what I just told you. And then he mentioned, obviously, that he wants information about Sibiya. But I told him that Sibiya, I don't know him to that level that I can get next to him and get information. Not even Sibiya only, even the minister. And then that's when he said, rather, ask these people to, this person to withdraw the charges against me, and then tell him that he must say he was forced to open the charge against him because Minister Mchunu and Sibiya asked him to open charges against him.
So, even though it is the case that you discussed at that meeting with Mkhwanazi, you did discuss the contract, because he also then mentioned Kua and pointed out that she was also in the pocket of, I think you mentioned Metropolitan, and that she's got these properties, and obviously if you do a kind of a lifestyle audit check, then where does she get the money from? And but he didn't offer to help you. You say that he said she was the quote unquote stumbling block for your contract. So did that also in fact happen at the meeting?
Yes.
But you say that, and according to your statement, that the true reason was actually in relation to this chap, Nangi, to convince him to withdraw the charges because Nangi had been assaulted and all that.
Yes.
Was that the true purpose of the meeting, according to you?
To drop the charges,
Yeah.
yes, and also about Nkowa to
Yeah.
not stop my contract from to operate.
Do you know, or did you know General Sonona, the head of the Hawks, KZN?
Yes, I know him very well.
Very well.
Yes,
So for how long you know him?
I'll say maybe 7 years,
Sorry?
or 6 or 7 years.
6 or 7 years.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm taking a wild guess.
And what, have you got some kind of a relationship that you know him for 6, 7 years?
A relationship?
Yeah.
Yes, I do have a relationship with him.
What's the nature of that relationship?
He's like a big brother to me. And he actually married his last wife now that he married. She's my cousin. No, not a cousin, but we share the same surname. So I'm not related to her, but
You're going to end up saying I'm your cousin.
yeah, but you are.